I've been working in full-time ministry for 3 years, and prior to that, I worked for 18 years in a well-known pharmaceutical company here in Indianapolis. And I started my career there as a chemist, and for 2 years I was a supervisor of a quality control laboratory, and I worked with other chemists and technicians, and we were responsible for checking the quality of a medicine that was made at a production plant right next to the laboratory, and we were checking for potency, strength, or impurity of the medicine. And we used to use these chromatography columns that were made out of metal, and they were filled with a special white powder that would separate the medicine into its components so that we could measure the purity and quality. And the engineers in the production plant, they would have to stop the process until they had received the results from the lab to know whether or not the medicine was good enough for them to continue. And honestly, it was a very stressful environment because every day that that plant didn't run, it cost the company a lot of money. And so, we were always doing our best, to keep it up and running at all times, but that was challenging. One particular day, our instruments stopped working, and the chemists and the technicians, they thought about it, they tried to fix the problem, but they weren't able to. And so one night, they paged me at home. I wore a pager 24/7 so that they could contact me at any time. And they paged me at home, and they said, "We need your help, we don't know how to fix this." And I said, "Okay, let me think about this and I'll call you back." And now, I didn't have the answer. I didn't know how to fix it. If I had known, I would have told them that at the beginning when the problem arose. But I told them I'd call them back because I wanted time to pray. And so when I hung up, I was standing in my kitchen and I said, "Lord, you are the sovereign God of the universe. You know exactly what the problem is, and you know exactly how to fix it. You are the sovereign God of the universe." And then I crossed my arms and I stood back and I waited. And all of a sudden, an idea came to my head. And God told me about changing out the columns. And so I called the lab back and I said, "Take this column off this instrument, put that column on the other instrument, and call me back and let me know what happens." And they called me back after a while and they said, "It's working, it's working." And we were all so relieved and so excited because the pressure was off. And it was something so simple, but for some reason, none of us had thought about it before. It was a different type of column, but the method did allow us to change them out in that way. And it was just amazing. And so the next day when I went to work, honestly, I was feeling a little shy about it, but I tried to tell some people, that was not my idea. I prayed about it and God gave me that answer. And, some people kind of listened and others, didn't really have any reaction. But you know what? God will help you in whatever type of situation you find yourself in. I'm about to cry. But He's just that amazing.